Hello and welcome back to Thirst Time. In this episode, I'm finally going to break the ice and talk about two films that are quite the talk of the town at this year's Oscars, The Substance and Anora. These are two films that I did not see straight away as soon as they were released, and that's why I didn't really review them because I thought I may have missed the boat. In fact, since the end of last year, there's been so many movies that came out in a cascade. I could not keep up, but I've caught up on a lot of films. So, in terms of best films for this year's Oscars, I've seen quite a lot. I missed The Brutalist, for which Adrian Brody won Best Actor. It's a 3.5 hour long film, so it's going to take me a while to get there. But I did see Anora, I did see The Substance, Conclave, Wicked. I'm not sure if A Complete Unknown was in the mix. I know they were, nominated for a few awards, notably for Best Actor. But in this video, I just want to talk about a couple of things. With The Substance, I've always been a little bit surprised. I love Demi Moore as much as the next person. She's somebody that was a huge actress when I was growing up, and her film, The Ghost, was an amazing film, and it's so lovely to see her, just like we have Pamela Anderson as well, really making great contemporary movies that people want to see today. So one of the draw cards for me was to see The Substance because Demi Moore was in the film. Like, that sounded really cool. And what is The Substance? And it's a horror genre. There were so many elements that really made me want to see it. What I've been so surprised about is could you call it like establishmentism? Like, the film The Substance has two actresses playing the same character. As far as I recall, they're both in the film almost as much as each other. At a most, 55 to 60% is played by Demi Moore. The other 40 to 45% is played by Margaret Qualley. I could be dead wrong, but it just feels like, I don't know how you nominate a Best Actress for that film. I feel like, which one is the supporting actress, which one is the main actress? I didn't see the distinction there, and granted, I don't think the film was written for Oscars, like, oh, we better make it like this to get the Oscar for this actress. But I really feel like just because Demi Moore is older, maybe she hasn't won an Oscar before, like people wanted that as well for, political reasons, to make a statement about being an older actress. So I just don't understand why Margaret Qualley was completely snubbed, because I thought she was killer in the film. I mean, she was a killer in the film, pretty much. But I just did not get that. It was probably my most wow film of the year, was The Substance. It is a film that fucking slays. I understand why it won Best Screenplay, I believe, at the Cannes Film Festival. It's just, in the film, I don't believe the camera, angles out. Like a lot of films, you zoom into the character's world, just seeing what they're seeing. But you also get this zoom out where you can kind of see that the world that they're in and the place that they're in. You did not get that in The Substance, to my knowledge. It was quite claustrophobic and close and kind of suffocating and really, really tight. And that really brought a lot of intensity. The film was fun. It was killer. It slayed. And it's just super impressive. And just the way that it ends with that music, it's just such a good feeling of like a wow film. Also had a lot of depth as well at the really penultimate scene with all the blood and the gore everywhere. It really makes a spectacular statement about ego, about fame, ego, validation, how human beings can become easily addicted to intensity. If you are privy to intense moments, whether it's fame or celebrity or celebration, it's really addictive, and we're all just creatures that want our fuel, want our source. So I really loved that film. However, I don't believe that Demi Moore was owed that Best Actress award. I feel like she was more or less a supporting actress. I do also feel that Margaret Qualley was a supporting actress. I don't really feel like there was a main actress in that movie, so I found it quite strange that there was one over the other. In terms of Best Actress as well, it's interesting to see Cynthia Erivo in there. She was a really good contender. That was a beautiful film, and she has had so much presence with Ariana Grande for all of their press or social media that they've been doing. There's just a really beautiful feeling and a chemistry. And there was that moment in Wicked where Cynthia's character comes to the prom or the school ball and everybody doesn't know how to take her. And there's that scary moment where she's there and Galinda sees her. That's such a beautiful moment. The ending of the film was a fantastic film. She has an amazing presence. I would have thought if she won Best Actress, I would have been like, yeah, I can totally see that. I don't know, I feel like she's come out of nowhere into the movie world, but she is great. She really has a lot of warmth about her. But let's bring that now to Mikey Madison, who won Best Actress. I would say most people were surprised. I was actually surprised at how well the film did overall. It really swept a lot of awards. I was really curious about it winning the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. I kind of reckoned that, well, I think the approach to good cinema in French cinema is realism, like real everyday characters that are kind of relatable. But I was the most curious about this film, Anora, and I really quite liked the fact that it was set in New York. I liked the grittiness of the story theme. I take on your most typical fairy tale romance, which is the most classic story ever told. So I was really curious about it, and the film has a lot of euphoria. The first half of the film, there's so much euphoria, and I guess the director and the cast, they really take you there. And you know what? Out of all the films I've seen before, if I had to rewatch one movie, I would probably enjoy watching Anora again. I don't know, it's very hard to say why it is, but having watched a little bit about Mikey Madison afterwards, she's really just from what I can see, an incredibly beautiful person, very thoughtful, very warm, and grounded, and I would say quite unafraid as well. Even though she's very soft and gentle, she doesn't feel like she's wearing band-aids to walk through the world. Her integrity as an artist is very highly articulated by herself. So I was really happy that she won the award. It's always nice when someone who doesn't deserve the award or isn't expected to take home the award gets that surprise, and I'm really incredibly humbled by it. I feel like probably she was the most, out of all of those who could be humbled, who was humbled. I'm sure Demi Moore would have had like her big statement to make. It would have been kind of iconic and all that. But yeah, no, I like that Mikey Madison won. If I had to choose one, I would probably choose Mikey Madison as well. Her character was incredibly memorable. It was a great story, and yeah, just her character that she played, you couldn't really put your finger on. I think there was a lot of unspoken elements to that story that came across, but when you hear the director and the actor and the actresses talking about what they were trying to convey, they completely succeeded, and that is what's really incredible, when there's so much more going on than what is said and what you see. Undercurrents beneath all of that, which I guess is why the Anora won so many awards, is that they managed to get that all across. Out of other films that kind of did really well, Conclave, I love the actor Ralph Fiennes, Isabella Gianni. I saw the film, it was entertaining. I don't know if it really, in my opinion, would I have nominated it. It didn't really win any awards, I don't think. But actually, a really fantastic film, and one film that kind of really stuck with me probably the most, was An Unknown Man, starring Timothee Chalamet. He was great. Yeah, I can't compare like who should have won Best Actor in my opinion. I haven't seen The Brutalist. I'll see. I'll figure it out myself. But just kind of bringing it back, I do feel that Demi Moore did not deserve the Oscar this year. But I believe that The Substance could have won Best Film, to be honest. Like, Anora was a fantastic, creative film, but The Substance really gave us a taste of something different. It successfully married, like, unpalatable genres with, fantastic top-class cinema. Cinematography was killer. The whole story was killer. And, yeah, I would have been probably more satisfied had The Substance won Best Film. But I really like how Mikey Madison won Best Actress. I think that was really cool. As for the rest of the Oscars, yet to be seen, but those were just my standout points. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.